In 1972, every Friday night, millions of American families glued their eyes to the screen to see Marcia Brady, the perfect daughter in the Brady Bunch. But few knew that when the stage lights faded, Maureen McCormick returned to a much darker reality. Her father lived in fear and control. Her mother hid a horrifying secret, and she herself struggled with loneliness and addiction. The never-before-seen private photos of Maureen are not just personal mementos, but vivid evidence of a deeply conflicted inner life. What really happened on the night she came home after that reality show? And why do some say that once you know the truth, you'll never look at Marcia Brady the same way again? Stay tuned to uncover the full story behind the glamour. And meanwhile, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new untold stories about Hollywood stars. Smash that like button and hit the notification bell. Maureen McCormick was born on August 5, 1956, and grew up in California's San Fernando Valley. The youngest of 4 children, she was raised by her parents, Irene and Richard McCormick, in a loving home filled with both warmth and high expectations. At just 6 years old, Maureen got her first taste of show business when she entered the San Fernando Valley beauty pageant. Not only did she win, but she also caught the attention of a talent manager who saw something special in the little girl: a natural confidence, charm, and presence in front of the camera. He would become the one to lay the foundation for her future career as a star. In 1964, at only 8 years old, Maureen appeared in a national commercial for the toy company Mattel, smiling brightly alongside Barbie dolls, an image that became ingrained in the memories of an entire generation of young viewers. That short appearance opened the doors to television for Maureen. She was soon cast in popular shows like Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie, and My 3 Sons. Her schedule quickly filled up, but for Maureen, it all felt like one big game. A world where she could transform into different characters, be loved, and hear the applause. Then, in 1969, destiny truly called her name. Renowned producer Sherwood Schwartz, who had already found success with Gilligan's Island, was developing a new series about a blended family with 3 boys and 3 girls. Over 260 children auditioned, but only one immediately caught his eye. 12-year-old Maureen McCormick with her radiant smile and bright, effortless energy. She was cast as Marcia Brady, the eldest daughter in the Brady Bunch, a role that would define her career, bringing her fame but also becoming a lifelong burden. From the very first episodes, the show became a phenomenon. The iconic opening sequence, 9 squares arranged in a 3x3 grid, each showing a family member, became a pop culture symbol now known as the Brady Bunch effect. Maureen, with her soft blonde hair, occupied the top left corner, an image etched forever in viewers' minds. But behind the glow of success, the set wasn't always as cheerful. With 6 child actors filming together for long stretches, the studio sometimes felt more like a chaotic classroom. Tensions often flared, particularly between Maureen and her co-star Eve Plum, who played her younger sister Jan. Writers cleverly used their real-life disagreements as material for the show, turning their on-screen sisterly squabbles into something that felt authentic. However, the real reasons behind their off-screen arguments were somewhat delicate. McCormick once complained that Eve Plum had a habit of passing gas on set and occasionally walking around without clothes. Incidents Maureen said she witnessed multiple times. Beyond those awkward clashes, working with a group of energetic child actors came with plenty of other challenges as well. In 1973, a minor car accident ended up changing Maureen McCormick's entire career. The car went out of control, leaving her with a noticeable injury to her nose, swollen and bruised, impossible to conceal under makeup while filming The Brady Bunch. Instead of postponing production, the writers came up with a clever solution. They wrote a brand new episode to explain her appearance. That's how the subject of noses was born. One of the most memorable episodes in the show's history. The scene where Marcia gets hit in the face with a football and screams, "Oh my nose," has since become a legendary moment in American television. To this day, it continues to be referenced and parodied countless times across pop culture. Yet, behind the cheerful facade of the Brady Bunch, the real drama was far juicier than anything in the script. The show depicted a large, happy family, but in reality, the young cast members were dealing with the emotional chaos of adolescence. Maureen, the girl who played the picture-perfect Marcia Brady, began developing feelings for Barry Williams, who played her on-screen brother, Greg. Both later admitted they had a crush on each other, and the tension between them was hard to hide. One day, when the two were alone in Barry's dressing room, the atmosphere turned unexpectedly charged, until a sudden knock on the door shattered the moment like a bubble. Things got even more complicated when Barry later confessed that he also had a crush on Florence Henderson, the actress who played their on-screen stepmother. Meanwhile, Maureen was hiding a secret of her own. In her memoir, Here's the Story, Surviving Marcia Brady and Finding My True Voice, she admitted that she once had a crush on Robert Reed, who played her father on the show, unaware at the time that he was gay. And as if that weren't enough, Maureen might have had what she called a third crush during the filming of the Brady Bunch. Years later, while promoting her memoir on a radio show, she claimed that she and Eve Plum, who played her sister, Jan Brady, had a little bit of a romantic thing between them. Maureen later clarified that it was just a joke, likely meant to drum up attention for her book, but Eve Plum didn't find it funny at all. Though Plum never publicly confirmed or denied the rumored fling, her actions spoke volumes. When Oprah Winfrey invited the cast of the Brady Bunch for an on-air reunion, Eve Plum was the only one who refused to participate. Beyond being a television phenomenon, the cast of the Brady Bunch also ventured into the world of music. The group released 4 albums and even went on a national tour where Maureen McCormick, the picture-perfect Marcia Brady, grew closer to her on-screen crush Barry Williams. However, the person she sang with most wasn't Barry, but Christopher Knight, who played her younger brother on the show. The two even released a duet album together, becoming one of the most beloved young musical pairs of the era. It all seemed like a Hollywood fairy tale, but in truth, the Brady Bunch was never the ratings blockbuster people imagined. While its initial viewership wasn't impressive, the show found enduring success through reruns, slowly becoming a cornerstone of American pop culture. By the age of 19, Maureen McCormick was a household name, wealthy, famous, and adored. It seemed as if every door in Hollywood was open to her, but that dazzling spotlight hid deep cracks in her personal life. When the applause faded, Maureen was forced to confront the reality of her own family, one that looked nothing like the perfect Brady home. Her mother struggled with mental illness, and one of her brothers suffered from the same condition. To make matters worse, her father became a religious fanatic, imposing strict rituals and faith-based expectations on the entire family. The true tragedy, however, came when Maureen uncovered a dark family secret that had been buried for years. Her grandmother had once been committed to a psychiatric institution after contracting syphilis, a disease that caused her to lose control and, in her despair, unknowingly pass it on to her daughter, Maureen's mother. Learning this truth was like a blade cutting through Maureen's soul, shattering the image of the perfect family she once believed in. Unable to bear the pressure between her TV life and her real one, Maureen spiraled into a world of parties, drugs, and reckless escapism. It was her way of numbing the pain, but it also marked the gradual collapse of the Marcia Brady image that had made her famous. During this wild party phase, Maureen McCormick engaged in increasingly dangerous behavior, which led to devastating consequences. Between the ages of 18 and 20, she underwent 3 abortions, a painful series of decisions that she later described as the result of reckless living and complete loss of control. "I lived like there was no tomorrow," she wrote in her memoir. "Drugs made me believe everything was fine until I couldn't even recognize myself anymore." One morning, after days of non-stop partying, Maureen woke up dazed and remembered she had an appointment with Steven Spielberg, who was casting for Raiders of the Lost Ark. She showed up in terrible shape, dark circles under her eyes, no sleep for days, barely coherent. Spielberg looked at her, then quietly handed her an orange, as if silently telling her to get back to reality. Maureen didn't get the part, and that golden opportunity slipped away, swallowed by her addiction. Rumor has it that a Hollywood producer once told her coldly, "You'll never work in this town again." Yet, Maureen refused to give up. Branded as a fallen former star, she still fought to return to television, landing small guest roles in Happy Days, Donnie and Marie, The Love Boat, and Fantasy Island. Deep down, though, she longed for a serious dramatic role, something to prove she was more than Marcia Brady. When the chance came to audition for Midnight Express, the intense drama about drug trafficking in a Turkish prison, she poured her heart into it. But the director could only see Marcia Brady, not the hardened drug smuggler the script demanded. Maureen was rejected, and that rejection broke what little confidence she had left. She later said, "It felt like the final nail in the coffin of my serious acting career." In 1981, Maureen McCormick returned to the role that had made her famous in The Brady Girls Get Married. But this time, Marcia Brady was no longer the bright, carefree girl America had adored, and the actress playing her was no longer the innocent child she once was. McCormick was still battling drug addiction, trying to appear stable while her mind was in complete chaos. When she failed to show up on set for just one day, the entire crew panicked. They knew she was in no condition to be left unsupervised. To keep production on track, the producers came up with a strange list of special rules just for her, one of which stated that she wasn't allowed to drive herself to the studio, a precaution meant to keep the once-beloved star safe and accountable. Despite the turmoil, McCormick somehow found the strength to finish filming, a hard-won victory that marked the beginning of a new chapter. Love. Though she was still struggling with her addiction, she began to dream of settling down and finding someone good. One night at a concert, she spotted a man in the crowd and instantly thought, quote 3. From that moment, she had one mission: to make him believe she was the kind of woman worth marrying. His name was Michael Cummings, and Maureen soon learned he was a devout churchgoer, so she began attending the same church, hoping to cross paths with him. When they finally met, she invited him to a party and their relationship quickly blossomed. As they grew closer, Maureen opened up about the chaos in her life, the addiction, the pain, the fear. But soon, her old demons resurfaced. During their courtship, she relapsed. Fortunately, Michael Cummings wasn't the kind of man who ran when things got hard. Instead of leaving, he stayed, choosing to stand by her side and face the darkness together. Though Maureen hadn't fully recovered, the two married on March 16, 1985. After stepping into marriage with Michael Cummings, Maureen hoped her life would finally turn peaceful. But the early years were anything but easy. She fought her addiction, her fears, and her own inner shadows. There were countless rounds of treatment, interventions, and therapy sessions that seemed endless. One of her doctors was Eugene Landy, the controversial therapist known for his extreme methods used on Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. At first, Maureen believed Landy could help her rebuild her life, but the deeper she went into his therapy, the more lost she felt. Quote 4, she later admitted in her memoir. What she hoped would be a path to healing instead became a pit of dependency and emotional confusion. Eventually, Maureen decided to walk away from Land's program completely, cutting off contact and starting over with one simple mission: to stay clean one day at a time. No expensive treatments, no heavy medication, just the sheer determination of a woman too tired to keep falling, yet too strong to give up. And miraculously, that simplicity saved her. Once she overcame the addiction, Maureen faced another battle: recurring depression and paranoia that made daily life nearly impossible. To keep herself from collapsing mentally, she began taking Prozac, an antidepressant that helped her hold on to stability and slowly rebuild her life. Meanwhile, life went on. In 1987, Maureen McCormick returned to the screen with Return to Horror High, a quirky horror comedy that didn't make much of a splash, but held special significance as it marked the film debut of a future Hollywood star, George Clooney. A year later, she once again stepped into the role of Marcia Brady in A Very Brady Christmas. Though she had once sworn to escape the shadow of the Brady family, Maureen found herself returning, partly out of financial necessity and partly because that familiar world was the only place where she still felt grounded amid the chaos of her life. In May 1989, Maureen and Michael welcomed their daughter, Natalie Michelle. The moment she held her baby in her arms, Maureen thought the storms of her past were finally behind her. But the echoes of those dark years lingered: the panic attacks, sleepless nights, and the constant fear that she might slip again. Yet even in that darkness, a small light began to shine. Maureen decided to return to the stage, the place where she had always truly belonged. She took on the role of Rizzo in the Broadway production of Grease. Standing under the spotlight, hearing the crowd cheer, she felt alive again. That experience rekindled something inside her, a desire to make music once more. In 1995, Maureen released her country music album, When You Get a Little Lonely, a project she poured her heart into. She asked her brother, who owned a record label, not to include any reference to the Brady Bunch. "I want people to listen to me because I'm Maureen, not because I'm Marcia. Marcia, Marcia." We just held hands and kissed on the cheek. It took me years to stop hating the name Marcia Brady. Now I just feel grateful because without her, there wouldn't be me today. From a teen idol trapped in perfection to a woman brave enough to face failure, Maureen McCormick proved that no one is forever defined by their past. She is no longer just the Brady girl. She is living proof of the strength it takes to rise again, even when the world believes you never will. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, stay with me. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos about Hollywood stars. See you in the next one.